Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 2 of the Friendship Valentine's Sal 2024. I hope that everyone has enjoyed their week 1 stitching. I know I've seen a ton of you finished with your stitching, which is super excited. Hello, it's so good to see everybody. Let me just double check here in my chat. Make sure I can see everything. Hi, Brenda and Melinda. Okay, yes. Aura, so good to see everybody. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Jen. Okay, I'm just going to look through here. Hi, Sandy. All right, it looks like it is popping up good. So I know everybody is super excited tonight because we have special guests. I want to remind everyone that we're doing a Stitch with Friends. So it is myself and 4 co-hosts. Caren and Chari and Heather are all here tonight. Lori, unfortunately, had a prior commitment. She is almost done stitching, and I did not get her photo to put up in here, so sorry, Lori. And then she has travel that's coming up, so she is not going to be here with us this evening, but she's here in spirit, I am sure. And of course, I know you guys are probably super excited. Lindsay and Emily from Primrose Cottage are here, and I'm going to bring them here into the onto the screen here in just a second. Hi, Jessica. Long time no see. And I'm going to bring them all in, and we are just going to chat and sit and stitch. If you have questions for them, definitely pop them into the chat. I will put them up on the screen as I see them. I probably myself won't be doing a ton of stitching tonight. I'll be more of the moderator, I guess, for this particular Stitch with Friends, since we have so many guests here this evening. So without further ado, I am going to bring everybody in. Let me unmute everybody really quick, and I will be switching the screen in just 1 second. Hello, everybody.
Hi. This is so exciting.
It is exciting. Thank you so much, Lindsay and Emily, for joining us this evening. And we're so honored that you guys would join us for a fun little Stitch with Friends.
Yeah. Well, we are excited to be here. And I just have to say, it's been amazing to see everyone stitching the Valentine's Day Quaker. And I couldn't be more thrilled with how everyone is kind of making it their own, choosing their own floss colors and cloth colors, and it's exciting to see. So, yeah.
It's been really awesome. We're excited to join you and hang out.
Yes. Yeah. So awesome. So if you guys have questions for the ladies, please pop them in the chat. I can put them up on the screen. They're here just to sit and chat about all things cross stitch. So good. Oh, it's so fun to see so many.
Actually, I just hope I can actually count and stitch and talk at the same time. So I'm sure it'll be more thinking than stitching for me.
No one's grading your stitching.
No grade.
But you probably don't have to pull it out later if you get it wrong.
So Sherry wants to know if anyone is having a problem with their thread tangling. Or if you have had that, what do you do to fix it? Does anybody have some suggestions?
I suggest using shorter length of floss. I personally am a long floss. I mean, I'm going to be stabbing Emily here pretty soon. But shorter length. Also, if you've ever heard of thread gloss, like wax, I know some people really love using those would be my suggestion.
I also would say try a thread conditioner. It just depends. Like sometimes I wonder if it has something to do with like my mood. Sometimes I tangle my floss a lot, sometimes not at all. But maybe just try a thread conditioner, letting it dangle and untwist. And a shorter length is always good if you're struggling. Jana wants everybody to go through and introduce who is who. So I'm Nichol.
Do you want me to go
I'm
next?
Chari.
I'm Heather. Oh, there's Chari. Now we're doing it at the same time.
Sorry.
I'm Lindsay.
We need our name.
And I'm Emily.
And Karen's in the corner.
Karen's in the corner.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. I'm always in the corner.
Shelly wants to know if you are going to re-kit the Winter Quaker. She says she desperately needs it.
Oh, there's no ETA for restock on that.
Yes,
Right now.
Right now. As you guys might know, everyone in the cross-stitching community, our suppliers, everyone's getting ready for Nashville. Mm-hmm. And so there's kind of been a stop on restocking some of those threads just because
they're preparing for all the new stuff. So there's like a backup on floss.
But as soon as we get it, we will let you guys know. And we're just excited that you do.
Absolutely.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yes. Somebody asked last week, what does it mean to be a Quaker pattern? And I think that would be, if you guys have an answer to that, because we're like, we don't really know.
I'm so glad you asked, because I've been doing my research.
Oh, good.
Well, it's really interesting because I actually have to say the first time I came across a Quaker was in Nashville. Praiseworthy Stitches. Their booth at Nashville
so beautiful.
Was like, it blew me away, and their Quakers are massive masterpieces. And I loved them so much. And this was a couple of years ago, but last summer I just had this idea. I'm like, I want to put my own spin on what a Quaker is. And so what a Quaker, I guess there's not really a specific definition, but in the 1700s in like Great Britain, there was a group of people called Quakers, and there was a specific school, boarding school, that these girls went to. It was called Ackworth. And they started their own style of samplers, because a Quaker is basically a sampler, but it's just a little bit different. The motifs, a lot of them are octagonal. There's a lot of floral and fauna. And basically they were making their own version of a sampler, and it caught on. And then other Quaker boarding schools across the country, and even in America, it caught on. And then that's when we see kind of this new interesting way of doing a sampler. And really, if you look back in history, what samplers were used for, they were for young girls, usually started cross-stitching to show their skills and learn skills, but also the motifs, you would stitch it out so that in other projects that you did, you kind of had a sample to look at to replicate an alphabet or the stitches or whatever you were doing needlework on. And so I hope that gives you some kind of
yeah, that's wonderful.
No, that's good.
But
way more information than we knew.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah, I just
not know.
I find it so fascinating that this group of girls at one specific school just kind of started this trend, and it kind of caught on. And there wasn't a ton of information specifically on certain aspects of Quakers, but as I was looking, a lot of the oldest Quakers come from that specific school in Yorkshire. Britain. I think I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know. We'll see. Somebody might correct me.
Someone will tell us. Don't worry.
That's awesome. Okay, we have a question from Lisa. She said since she is starting week 1, she wants to determine where to start when she is generally a center starter, and I had it starting in the top left. I'm going to just switch the screen really quick, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with starting in the center. It is more of a guideline. For week 1, I had us stitching the top of the stitch, and then we are stitching down the left side for week 2. A corner gauge, this is just one I have from Fat Quarter Shop. There's lots of corner gauges out there. I generally figure out what size my stitch is going to be and then how much of a border I want to leave. I think I left like maybe 1 or 1.5, but it will show you, and I just kind of start right here. I know I'm turning mine into pillows, so I don't need like a 3-inch border or anything like that. But a corner gauge is super handy, or you can just use your ruler or a cutting mat to measure in if you want to as well. But that's how I start, whatever corner it might be. For this one, I did start up here in that top left. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Let me go back to our interview window. I know we've got lots of questions I see. Cindy wants to know what Emily and Lindsay are stitching. So do you girls want to show everybody what you're stitching?
Yeah. So I'm also stitching the Quaker. So I'm kind of, sorry, there's drumming in the background. If you can hear the drumming, there's a church
We can hear it.
and they're having service right now. So, I'm stitching the Quaker, and I wanted to mention to the comment, the last one you did, you can start wherever you want in a stitch along. I think when stitch alongs, it's just kind of a guide to kind of help you kind of stay on task. But if you're a middle stitcher, start in the middle and just work at your own pace. Like, I'm always like, there's no rules. You can make your own rules.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that is like
Nobody's checking your work.
because I know some people cannot stray away from that middle start, which is okay.
Yes.
It's totally fine.
Great point.
So.
I'm also stitching, and I just kind of been going where I feel like going.
Wherever the spirit moves you.
Yeah, so I've been trying to work to the bottom because that looked easiest for tonight. The rest I was a little nervous because I didn't want to get off.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm going to work down and do the bottom.
Are you both stitching on 32 count?
Everything's called for that I'm doing.
Okay.
And you too.
Yes, the 32 blush.
Yep.
Which is also
and then obviously both of you are hoop stitchers. We have only one hoop stitcher. Well, I guess Lori uses a hoop too, but Chari's our hoop stitcher.
Nice. Yeah.
I love it. I will tell you guys, I've been using a hoop a little bit.
I did go and get a bigger hoop, so the whole
you?
thing fit inside,
I like
and I
it.
didn't have to move it.
Janet wants to know, Lindsay, where do you get your inspiration for the Quakers? Do you have vintage samplers?
I do not own any vintage samplers, although after doing my research, I'm like, how fun would it be to start collecting those?
Yeah.
Anything that I design and do, inspiration I get from all around me. I specifically love designing for seasonal things. If you followed Primrose Cottage, we have something for every season. It's kind of my jam. But the Quakers specifically, when I started designing them, I wanted to keep like the spirit of the Quaker, but make it a little bit modern. And it's been really exciting and fun. And I have to say, I love figuring out new shapes, and I just a lot of designers that I've talked to, especially at Nashville, they will like draw out their ideas and then transfer it to cross stitch. I go from my head straight to putting in the chart. And so it's kind of an interesting process for me, but it's kind of how I work.
It's fast. I'll look over and she's like, I just designed this, and it's been like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's really cool to watch.
I love-
She'll spend a lot. We share an office, and it's cool to look over, and she's designing, and she really does just kind of play with it, move things around, and it creates whatever she's doing.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's
I
so
love my
cool.
job.
I do illustration. I do illustration and design for the paper crafting company. We were talking about that earlier, and I was thinking about that. Like, how do you go through that process? Do you draw? I think I've seen different people draw it out and then chart it, but how does it work in your head? Because I know too, like I usually do major like rubber stamp design, so I design a lot in black and white, and so designing color is so different for me because I don't design that way. So it's interesting to hear how you go through that process.
I can see why you would do something like this straight
out a little bit, because I'm like, it's just going straight from my head to the chart, and
yeah.
I don't even know how it works. It just does.
I would think it's harder to go from a sketch to all the squares. In what little bit I have done, it would be hard for me to do.
Yeah.
Sandy says, Lindsay and Emily, she's going to Stitch West in April, and she can't wait to meet you two. And it'll be her first Stitch retreat.
Ooh, yes. It's our second.
It's our second. And I'll just let you know, I just finished up designing the piece, so I'm really excited about it.
So cute.
Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, Goose Denise says, and I'm thinking it's for me. Denise, tell me if I'm wrong. Will I be doing a finishing video? Lindsay has done a video on her channel for finishing the Quakers. I do have something I'm going to do. It's a secret. So, but I will have a video for you guys doing something fun. It's different. So, but I am turning mine into pillows. But I'm doing something in addition to that. So yes, there will be a video. I hope that makes sense.
I can't wait to see.
That's very cryptic.
Very cryptic. I know, I haven't even told you guys.
No, I'm like, what is it? Tell us. We'll talk about this later.
We'll talk later. Let's see. Beth, oh, that's so awesome. Beth says this is her first Primrose Cottage Quaker stitch, but it will not be her last. And it's also her first Sal. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, thank you for choosing our stitch and this stitch along.
Yes.
Like that is very cool, and I hope. When I was kind of like doing my research, Nichol does a great job at helping you guys be successful with your stitch along, and so I'm excited that you picked this to be your first one because hopefully it's not your last.
Yes. Cheryl says, is there a better tapestry needle brand that you favor? Like, what needle brand do you guys like?
I prefer Tulip. That's what I do. What do you do?
I don't have like a huge preference. We use Tulip. We've used the Johnson, right?
James John.
Or James John.
Is it John James? I can't remember.
Or John James. I don't know.
James.
I actually don't really have a preference. I'm kind of just like whatever I grab in the moment.
Yes. Does anybody else have a preference for a needle?
I just use whatever Nicole sends me.
Whatever I send you?
Yes.
Yeah, really, it's whatever Nicole says. I'm trying to see. I have the Bohin ones. Is it Bohin? How do you even say that? I don't know.
Bowen.
Oh,
yeah. And those are, and those are fine. And I have some of the Peacemakers ones too. So yeah, and I don't think it matters. It's whatever I grab.
Yeah, I agree.
I have the Tulip ones. I have a tube of each size.
I just tried Bowen for my to shut my drum, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Nice.
And I would recommend it for what is that called? when you sew it
Whip
shut.
stitching?
For whip stitching, I used the bowen.
Oh,
We'll have to
awesome.
tell Lori, because Lori was talking about doing a drum this morning.
Oh, well, she was talking
true.
about it when I
Yes,
stopped
but-
by her house earlier, too. And I was like,
Yeah.
I said,
Oh.
I haven't even completed one yet, so don't ask me. I'll send her Emily's way. Emily knows how now.
Yes.
That was actually Heather's answer as well.
Yeah, I've never done one. I don't know.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Let's see. Gina says it's her first time stitching on linen. She said it was tricky at first, but she's enjoying it now, but has to use the magnifier. And I agree. I do too. And this is for me. Gina said she wants to know where the winners for week 1 are, and I just don't have that post up, but it will be up here in just a little bit. I didn't get it up yet, so stay tuned, everyone, for the Facebook group, and I will have that up as soon as we are done with the live. Does everyone want to say, Joanne wants to know what fabric everyone is using. So if you want to go around, Chari, I'll start with you, and then Caren, say what fabric you're using.
Mine is 32 count Lugana in the color Juniper from Fabrics by Stephanie. Yes, that's all the information.
That's perfect.
I'm trying to remember, say all the things that you're supposed to say.
I'm using 32 count linen, and it's called Graceful Gray.
Beautiful.
I'm not sure. It's Newcastle. Is that maybe? This is my second time on linen, so.
You're killing it, Caren. Good job.
And mine is a 40 count Beethoven linen from Color and Cotton, and I don't know what color it is. So we bought it on our little field trip, and it didn't have a color name on the label.
It's mystery.
Yeah, mystery color.
Yeah, they say special edition.
So I have 2.
And now you're going to show off that red.
This is Red Velvet by Color and Cotton, and it's 36 count. And then I'm also stitching on 40 count Blush by Zweigart.
Yeah, she's got 2 going.
I know. And Lindsay and Emily told us earlier it's their 32 count Blush. All right. Yes. Let me see. I need to catch up. Oh, let's see. Kathy says, Emily, you stitch inside your hoop. I've never seen that.
I sure do. I don't remember who, but I saw someone post it, and it is a game changer. I'll never go back. So I used to stitch, on this side. Now I stitch in it, and I love it. I don't hit my hoop on. It's like you don't hit it. Like you can almost go farther. Huh. It's weird. And I prefer it now. So yeah. I stitch inside of the hoop instead of on the outside.
That is so awesome.
I think you can do that. I don't think there's a rule with that
There's no rules.
There's no rules.
I can't remember who I saw doing that, and I was like, what?
So,
it was on a live, I think.
Well, and I have my friend that does almost a lot of the model stitching for us. She stitches in a spring tension hoop, but she also stitches from the other side.
And I do on the spring tension.
I just can't, for some reason, change my ways. Her work is
okay. There's no rules.
I say do whatever works for you that you enjoy. No rules. For sure. Okay, Julie says she's looking forward to starting this as soon as it's released in PDF. Any idea when this might be released?
Yes, February 1st, we will be doing the PDF release. And I know we've had a lot of people ask about it. The reason we wait for PDF release is so your brick and mortar stores have a chance to sell the paper pattern first. We are a big advocate for helping the brick and mortar stores out with paper patterns because that's what keeps them in business. So I am a huge advocate for making sure we print all of our patterns.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's why.
That's awesome.
And you guys, you can see just from the ladies here, and if you are on social media or the Facebook group, how fast a lot of you have stitched this. February 1st is still plenty of time to have it ready for Valentine's Day, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Retro RX says, Chari, what will you stitch next week since you will be done?
I'll probably be done tonight because I only have like 2 hearts to do, 3 hearts to do. No, 2. I don't know. I have a lot of things I've started. So
We'll make her show us next week.
maybe I'll start something else as Valentine's. I have a bunch of small Valentine's
Chari's
charts.
been stitching up a Valentine's storm.
She has.
I have been. I've finished 4 small ones in this.
Well, you'll have to film a new Flosstube, Chari.
I know.
Yes.
That's my plan for the weekend. So
is it
I also
Nolia?
stitched some little felt hearts too.
Oh.
Do what?
We have a comment from, I think it's Nolia. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. She's telling Lindsay and Emily, I love your designs. That's so nice.
Thank you so much. We love our job and we love doing what we do. And so I think it's awesome that other people actually want to stitch what I create. Like, I can't tell you, it's like no other feeling when I see my work out in the world and other people wanting to spend their time stitching something that we have put out. It's an amazing feeling. So thank you.
And Teresa also says, Lindsay, I just love this pattern. Thank you. And that's so nice.
Thank you.
Well, the first pattern I stitched when I got back into stitching last year was a Primrose Cottage. That's the snowman one and the little.
I did too.
Yes. So yeah.
Well, last year, but
brought me
before
back.
last, I stitched it's just a bunch of hocus pocus. That's the first one that I stitched.
I love it.
Oh, I love it. Jane says she is also a hoop stitcher and she wants to know what hoops you prefer.
Mine is just a bamboo hoop.
Yeah,
from my.
I should.
It's nice because it's not rough on the edges. Kind of more like a plastic. This one is. It just came from Nichols, so it's nothing fancy, but it has rounded edges, which is why I like it.
I like that.
Emily, do you use a Nurge hoop? No.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
The number 2 is what I prefer. I've tried the other ones, and the number 2 is my favorite.
Awesome.
I prefer a spring tension hoop, and I prefer this size, which I'm not really sure what that size is.
That's the 5.
Okay, the 5-inch size.
I was going to guess that.
I prefer a smaller hoop because my hand gets tired if it's too big. Like, for some reason, I prefer a smaller hoop.
Meredith says, what is the next Quaker? Any Nashville hits?
Well, wow, I wasn't prepared for that, but
maybe you guys should all go to their live tomorrow.
True.
No, so I will just put it out there. There will be a Quaker released at Nashville, and I'm not gonna say what kind it is because I don't know that you'll expect what it is.
Surprises are awesome.
But it's adorable, and I can't wait. I literally grabbed the pad today, and I was like, I'm gonna get this.
Yes, it is just like chef's kiss. Like, you're just gonna love it so much.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Beth says, how did Primrose Cottage get started? That's a great question, Beth.
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. So actually, it started in the basement of my house. My mom and I, we started as quilters. And honestly, we were talking about this the other day. I released my first ever pattern, and I made one in a month, and I almost cried. And honestly, it was just, it kind of evolved, and one day I went to my mom and said, I really want to make this work, she was working in a job that was not something that she loved. And I said, let's go buy a long arm quilting machine. I'm going to show you how to use it, and we're going to make this your job. And that was 7 years ago, I think. And now it's just turned into this beautiful business. Everyone in my family has a part. I have three sisters counting Emily. So there's 4 daughters and our mom. And we all work here. And it's just...
Our dad has his business, which spins off, and then that's employed like literally some of our aunts and cousins, and then our kids. Like, it's a family affair.
It's a family affair, and almost all of our employees here that we hire that is not family, they're all women. Mm-hmm. And so it's when you guys support us, you're also supporting other moms.
And it's women who they're all local, they have families, and they just love their job. Like, we just talked to all of them, and they just love what they do too, and it's just so fulfilling to be able to help other people in that way. So
yeah, so it just started out as something I wanted to help my mom kind of do something she loved, and it kind of escalated into what you see now, which is crazy.
That is amazing.
It's awesome.
Kelly wants to know what your favorite season or holiday is to design for, and what is the favorite season holiday for everyone on screen to stitch. So I'll let Lindsay go first.
Okay. Halloween is my all-time favorite thing to design for. And
I would say Halloween's my favorite to stitch and quilt. And Valentine's is actually really up there, and patriotic. Patriotic is up there for me too. Like, yes.
Chari?
Oh.
Do we need to circle back?
No, I like all the holidays. I do like Halloween too.
You do.
I do. It's true.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Okay.
I also like other holidays, but we'll just let it be Halloween.
Caren?
On its own.
I'm going to go with Christmas, but Halloween's a close second because of the colors, the orange, black.
And I should tell you, Lindsay, Caren finished the North Pole on time.
Yes.
In the stitch along. Everyone else was a big fail.
I started early.
Well,
you go,
I didn't stitch it, so I'm not a fail.
But I didn't get it framed yet. Because I did buy the frame from your dad, but I didn't get it framed yet.
Yes. Awesome. Good job. That is such an accomplishment. I feel like I don't know if I will ever be able to accomplish something that big.
That's why I didn't even try.
Or he didn't even try.
I'm just doing my job.
I have 5 rules though, and that's why I knew that I wasn't going down the North Pole route.
Okay, Heather, what's your favorite?
I would say I like Christmas, but I would say I lean more towards winter. I'm very much a snowman, pine trees, rustic kind of winter girl.
In all things that Heather creates.
Yes.
A lot of crap.
I don't know. It's hard. I think it's for me, it's whatever season I'm working on. That's
the problem.
Yeah.
It is. Like the season I'm in.
I
don't want to stitch Halloween right now.
Right. I do love Halloween and fall. They kind of go together for me. That's my favorite season, so I'm going to go with that. All right. I'm probably way behind in the chat. Everyone's really hard. Let's see. Oh, Lisa says it's her first stitch along. Oh, Corey wants to know if you have any hints on the spring Quaker color. I think we've determined that there are no hints to be given.
Technically, any
How
color
many
you want
grass
to
that
stitch in.
finalized the color today. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
I think that's fine. Let's see. Shelly says, do you find it hard to thread the tulip needles?
I don't. It depends on if it's small.
Once in a while, I feel like I get a tulip needle that is damaged or
Like,
not right.
Pinched.
It's pinched and you can't get it through. And I constantly like, why can't I thread this needle? And then I just toss that eventually after about 2 times. But yeah, I don't have a problem other than when they're defective. And I don't feel like it happens a lot, but when it does, I feel like I keep grabbing the same defective needle.
A lot. I'm just going to scroll through because I'm really far behind in the chat and I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody's questions. Lisa says, "What is there a stitch retreat in Farmington, Missouri, and when is it?"
Do you have that paper?
Yes. So Stitch Etc. We just I have the paper right here.
It just confirmed. Announced.
July 18th through the 20th, and the tickets go on sale.
What's today?
The 26th. So whatever today is, I'm not sure, but the 26th is when those go on.
Friday.
Okay. So we're really excited. We wish we could do more retreats. We get asked a lot, but it's kind of hard because, like we said earlier, we are all young moms with young children, so it is hard to get away. But we are doing 2 this year, Stitch West, and then this one in July.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Diane wants to know what the secret is to stitching all those single squares under the top right border, and does anyone travel when stitching them?
Girl, I travel.
Same.
I'm gonna be honest, I am a traveling stitcher when it comes to that.
I travel.
Yes.
And I think it looks fun.
I feel like if you were like stitching on white cloth with black thread, it would be an issue. But I feel like since it's like pink on pink, I'm not seeing an issue with mine.
Yeah.
At least yet.
Ooh, Sandy says, "Go Emily. I also stitch inside my hoop." Yay, Sandy.
I did see that Stacy said she stitches inside her Q-snap.
Okay.
It's probably way down in your chat when you get there.
Let's see. And Shelly says she's going to try that method, Emily, because she keeps hitting her hoop.
Yeah, you don't hit your hoop.
Hey, ... Goose Denise says Jean from the attic stitches inside the hoop.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Beth says she's wanting to stitch the Christmas Quaker again in green. And any suggestions for a good Christmas green with nice variegation?
We almost picked a green.
We almost, oh man, you guys, that was hard because I think I had the Christmas Quaker stitched 3 different times in 3 different reds, and we considered a green. The green we considered, what is that?
It was too gray, I think.
So I don't know. I don't have one off the top of my head.
I like Tree Lot from Color and Cotton. I like Tree Lot a lot.
A lot.
Which I might have. Let me look. I think I have it. Let me look.
That is a good color, green Tree Lot.
No, I don't. What's another good green? I don't know.
I don't know either. That like really put me through a loop. I'm not really sure, but what's the green I used in my Christmas?
Yeah, I can't think of one.
Do you like a yellow undertone or do you like a blue undertone? Because I prefer a yellow undertone for my greens.
was like, I could grab a color right now, but we'd be here all day.
Yeah, that might be a good one that just kind of, I might try to pull some
Think
and see.
about it and answer later.
Yes. We'll put a pin
Give
in
us
that
your
one.
answer and we'll tell them next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Carolyn's wanted to know what the best way to get the most variegation when stitching with an over dyed, and that is 1x at a time. Let's see.
Yes.
Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
Okay. Oh, Robin has a great question. She wants to know, are all of you going to finish your Valentine Quaker as a pillow?
I'm going to do it exactly.
I think so.
the same.
I bought
That's
the
my.
finishing stuff, so yes.
I did too, but I don't finish anything, so.
You can do it.
Yes.
Now that I've made one pillow, I feel better about the prospects of finishing it.
Okay, Beatrice wants to know, what size needle do you use for 36 or 40 count? I use a 28.
Same.
Heather does too.
Yep.
Caren, you've stitched on some 40. Do you use a 28 as well?
I used a 26, but then I asked you because I was like, I think that's too big. So
Yeah, I like a 28 for that.
And I did buy some 28, so my next time on 40, I'm going to use a 28.
Yay! Amanda says, Emily, will we see more designs from you?
Probably not. I wish so, but I actually have really, as a business, I've enjoyed being on the creative side in the sense of, like, I pick bundles. Me and Katie help Lindsay a lot with the decisions on
She helps a lot on creative decisions in the background.
Yeah. So designing, I don't have time, and I don't know if it's necessarily for me, but I really enjoy helping with everything we choose that we do.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So,
she's great at color theory.
Yeah. So. No.
That's a no. Indy Quilter 1 says, Primrose stitching all the way. That's lovely.
Aww.
Thank you.
And Peg loves the floss and finishing kits you put out. And Teresa says, Lindsay, I met you at the Jingle Ball and it made my year.
Aww. That's amazing.
Thank you so much. I didn't have a chance to do much in the Jingle Ball because it just happened to be a really busy time for me, but I did enjoy meeting the women that I was able to meet, so I'm so glad I got to meet you.
Retro RX wants to know when pre-orders will go up because she is just going to be an ordering fool, it looks like.
She doesn't even care what they are. She's going to order them.
So
I don't know the answer to this.
Well, we have everything nailed down, but I don't want to say and get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, sometimes things do change too, but
don't put yourself in
tomorrow. Our pre-orders start for the Nashville cookbook. That's all we're starting with tomorrow, and another little surprise tomorrow.
Oh, how fun.
So we are starting pre-orders, and then I just barely started getting some Nashville emails. They're going to start rolling in, and that's pretty much getting going. So as soon as I start getting my first patterns, we'll start listing.
So make sure you're signed up for their email newsletters for both stitching if you're just a stitcher, or stitching and quilting if you do both. And there's links for those on their social media, everybody. Let's see. Lara Is it Lara or Laura? I'm sorry if I said that wrong. She wants to know where everybody is from. Caren, you want to start?
Sure. I live in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Kansas. Sorry, go.
Shari, go. Oh, Asheville, North Carolina.
And I'm
Heather.
in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Currently in Florida.
Currently in Florida, yes.
Heather's joining us on the road.
Yes.
Let's see.
We're in St. George. Did Nichol say? Did you say where you live?
Yes, Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, cool.
Wichita. Okay.
Jenny wants to know if there's any chance of getting more rules charts, maybe Easter rules.
Easter rules.
Maybe.
That's all we're going to say.
Oh, that's a fun question. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
It is a fun question. And I love the rules pattern, and just stay tuned.
Perfect. Amanda says, what was your first cross-stitch pattern and is it available for sale? That's a great question, Amanda.
Get a free one your very first.
So, when I decided to think about cross-stitching, I was like, I'll design something. And I did this free little bunny pattern, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not for me. Like, this is not my jam. Like, I can't design cross-stitch. But I'm here to tell you, with anything that you put your mind to, you can improve. Because if you look at my first cross-stitch design, you can just see the improvement. And I don't even know where that would be.
I'd have to look.
I've buried that. I've buried it so no one can find it.
It wasn't for sale. It was just like a free we put in a newsletter.
No, but I truly, because my background started in quilting, and I found this love of cross stitch, and I was like, how hard can it be to design a cross stitch? Well, it actually was very hard at first for me, and when you practice something a lot, it gets easier, but it's still challenging, I would say, but I love the challenge, so.
That's awesome. Kathy wants to know where the name Primrose Cottage came from.
Good question.
So honestly, I wish I had a special story for this, but I really don't. But Primrose Cottage, I was obsessed with cottage gardens when I came up with the name. I had a cottage garden in the house that we were living in when we started the business. I had like a white picket fence with wildflowers, and I just was obsessed with cottages, and I love the primrose flower. And so I wish it was a cool story. I really do, but it's not.
That's awesome.
It's a good story.
It is a good story. Denise says, what is the quilt behind you girls?
That comes out tomorrow. It's it's a box kit. I don't know the name. It's not her design. It's a box kit, I believe, from Riley Blake.
Cute.
Using Sandy Gervais.
Yes, Sandy Gervais.
It's really cute. I could show it if you guys want. And it's a box kit that comes out tomorrow by Riley Blake. And her mom made it, and it's cute. Look.
Oh, that's adorable.
Look how cute, you guys.
The cherries are cute.
It's so cute.
So
that
cute.
is really cute.
Or is this Echo Park?
No, this is No, I don't know.
It's Riley Blake.
We'll have the specific details on our
tomorrow.
Stay tuned tomorrow for their live.
Yeah.
Indie Quilter 1 says, Emily, love your t-shirt. She needs one.
Yeah, these were our very Nashville t-shirts that we just had made ourselves. Like, they weren't for sale or anything. And I have enough shirts now. I just wear them to work every day. And
so we have this tradition at Nashville. We wear a different shirt every day that we all match each other, but it's all for Nashville specifically. And I'm just going to say,
we just look like a posse walking.
I'm just going to say, check your newsletter in the morning because I don't know, I'm like a shirt might be in there for
There's all kinds of things being told today.
That is awesome. Okay, well, our friend Callie, who's also in paper crafting, says this is her first Sal too, and she can't wait to make more with friends. That's awesome, Callie.
Hey, Callie.
I love that.
Hi,
Thank
Callie.
you so much for joining.
I get to see Callie next month in February.
Oh, fun. Let's see. Marilyn said, oh, this is nice. This is her first Sal. And she said Chari reawakened her desire to stitch with her cute patterns. And thank you. She said she followed my blog. And Heather, she has lots of your stamp sets that you've designed. That is so awesome. Thank you, Marilyn.
Yeah, thank you.
Lisa said, is there info about the retreat somewhere? Will that be in you girls' newsletter probably?
Yes. So I just actually went through the newsletter, and at the bottom of the newsletter is the information for that retreat. So it'll go out tomorrow.
And you can also look on Stitch Etc's Facebook group.
Perfect.
And Instagram. Yeah.
You guys, I have something I've messed up, so I will just be watching and answering questions.
Good.
I finished, so now I'm questions.
It's a tricky thing to do. I'm not even stitching. I'm scrolling through questions.
I have messed up so many times on this one, you guys.
Oh, Crystal has a question. Any updates on the Primrose website, or are you going to stick with Etsy?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. We just had a meeting with our website developer. We are wrapping things up, and we're going to start making that transition soon.
Slowly.
Yes.
We're really scared. It's a huge change, and we're scared, but we're excited because it's our own little website now, and I think we're going to just transition. So we'll have both still, and like we'll transition to the other one.
Jerry just wanted you guys to know that your Sip and Stitch boxes are the best.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
They are so fun. I told her we need to get going.
I know, it was like
we haven't even started the next one, you guys, and
sorry.
Oh no.
We're getting a little nervous.
Nashville has been at the forefront.
Yes, you are on countdown mode, I'm sure. Sherry says that she is stitching on 14 count Ada, and she wants to know if the finishing kit will be too small.
No. So what we do when we do our finishing kits, we like to take into consideration people stitching on different size of cloth. And so we give plenty of fabric and rickrack in our finishing kits for you to do that. So
that is wonderful.
I don't know that you'd have enough if you did 10 count, but 14 count, you should be perfectly fine.
That's awesome. And Kathy says, Emily, the bundles you curate are absolutely the best out there.
True. Thank you. I've been doing it alone a lot lately.
Yes.
And it's been fun. Yeah.
I love that she's taken that over because, like I said, she is really great at color theory. And I just So we're in my office right now, and there's another room beyond this where all of our fabric is, and I'll just go out there, and she's got stacks and stacks and stacks of bolts just ready and lined up, and I love it.
That's wonderful. Cindy says,
so when we
oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, like, we order a lot of our fabric to make into bundles, and we don't really like decide it's a bundle until it's all here, and then we mix and match, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You're very good at it. I love it. Cindy says
I've
Primrose
ordered many
Cottage
bundles.
is her favorite designer.
Thank you, Cindy, and I recognize your name from the orders. So sometimes I will go and get a stack of orders and write thank you notes on the orders, and there's definitely names that I will start to recognize, and Cindy, you are definitely one of those. So thank you so much for your support.
And Diane says that she hopes that Katie is watching because she stitched the lovebirds and it will be her first ever finished. And so she's waving her hand at Katie.
Yay! So she said she's going to rewatch later. She is at a wrestling match for her son who does is wrestling. So she was bummed she couldn't make it, but she's like, I'll rewatch later. So let her know.
Awesome. Marcy wants to know, when is Nashville?
March, like 1st through the 3rd, I think.
It's the first weekend of March.
That's the 1st. The 1st is a Friday.
Nicole says, will we be able to add our pre-order will we be able to add to our pre-order charts listed like how it was done last year? I hope I said that right.
I'm not sure. We are still.
Well, we'll explain everything in our Nashville. We're trying to decide if we should do a video just about that, but it's so hard to know what to do. My recommendation, because they are pre-orders, I would wait till literally before we go and place your order.
And have it all at once. It makes,
because you're not going to miss out necessarily, because we can pick it up there. I don't know how to explain it. Like, so we pre-order everything, and you're going to see things daily listed. I would personally wait till before to place your order, if that makes sense. So you're not placing like 10 orders.
Yeah.
It's so hard to know. I don't know. It's kind of
be patient
and hard to know. Yeah. But I don't have a straight answer. I don't know.
My best advice is to follow those ladies, and if you can't catch them live during their Thursday lives, to watch the replay later, because a lot of those things get answered during the lives.
Yes.
Peg says, Heather, who do you design for?
I design for Tailored Expressions.
Let's see. Cindy, thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Let me see if there's any more questions. We are at an hour, everybody, and so I don't want to keep everybody for too long. I know everybody has things to do, supper to eat maybe, whatever, downtime from your day at traveling for Heather.
Yes.
So I'm going to wrap it up. Let me scroll through the rest of these questions really quick. Oh, I think I might be about caught up. That's good. If I skipped your question, it may have already been answered. I don't want anybody to think I'm not. And if I missed it, I am sorry. Leave it in the comments below. And if I don't know the answer, I will try to find it out for you. Robin, I think we'll have this be our last question of the night. She wants to know how many new Primrose Designs charts there will be at Nashville. She needs to prepare.
You need to prepare, and I need to prepare too still. I think we did our count, and I think our final count is 6 designs. So,
yay!
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Okay, let's see. I think that is it, you guys. So I just want to thank Lindsay and Emily for joining us this evening for our Stitch Along. Thank you guys for your support and for hanging out with us. And
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We had so much fun. I am grateful that you guys are doing the Stitch Along,
Yes.
and I can't wait to see everyone fully finish their cross stitch.
I know. Thanks for organizing it, Nicole, and being the moderator and question person. And
Yes.
You're welcome.
thanks, ladies, for hosting. It's been really fun to watch and join in.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's stitches. So most of us will be back next week and we will finish up our stitching. If you haven't already, or if you just want to come hang out with us while you're stitching something else, if you finish, that would be awesome. Let me just mute Chari, do you have something?
No, I said that would be me.
Oh,
finished.
Are
you
you
raised
done?
your hand, so I thought you wanted something.
Yeah, I only had like a little bit to do.
Did you finish
done.
while we were on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Here, I'm going to put Chari. Let's put Chari up here really quick and see if I can. There we go.
Awesome.
Can everybody
Good.
see it?
Oh, good job.
Beautiful, Chari. That is awesome.
I love it.
I just had like this area right here to do, so it didn't take long.
That's so fun to finish on camera. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing.
I'll come up with something else for next week.
Oh, we know you will. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I am just going to pop over here really quick. I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. I hope you enjoyed being able to ask some questions. I want to thank Lindsay and Emily again for joining us, and we will see you guys all next week. Bye, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.